This morning, early voting begins today in Hillsborough County.
Yeah, this is specifically for the Republican presidential preference primary. 10 Tampa Bay's Jenny Dean joining us live from one of the early voting sites in Tampa to explain what you need to know in order to vote. Good morning, Jenny.
Good morning, Caitlin and Jameson. I'm here at the Platte Regional Library in South Tampa. This is just one of 27 early voting sites that are across Hillsborough County. Opens at 10 a.m. today, and it won't take you long to vote because this is it. This is a sample ballot right here, and there is just one race that you are voting on. It is the Republican presidential nominee, your preference for that nominee. And most of the people on this list have already dropped out of the race. But I wanted to let you know that the supervisor of elections, in all transparency, let us in to get a behind the scenes look as they were setting up some of these early voting sites, letting us see how they bring in the equipment, setting up the booths where the voters will mark their ballots, and even setting up a secure ballot intake station for you to be able to drop off your vote by mail if you'd rather do that than mail it in. And there are a few things to note. Florida is a closed primary state, so only registered voters may vote in their party's primary.
Election is a presidential preference primary election, but it's only going to be for the Republican Party because the Democratic Party has already moved Joe Biden forward. So it'll just be Republicans that'll be voting here. As you know, Florida is a closed primary state, so you must belong to one of the major parties to vote in one of these presidential preference primaries.
And as I mentioned, early voting starts today here in Hillsborough County. It runs through March 17th. Then they have a day off on the 18th. And if you would like to cast your vote on Election Day, of course, that will be on March 19th. Jameson?
Yeah, Jenny, you and I were looking at that ballot this morning. So many names on that document have dropped out of the race. Why are they still listed on there?
Well, you know, I talked to the supervisor of elections about that, and he tells me that these candidates, they've not officially withdrawn from the race. So they're still eligible to be on the ballot. They're still eligible to get votes. Ron DeSantis, Chris Christie, Asa Hutchinson. So all of these people can still get votes, and those votes will all be counted just in case they decide to get back into the race, because at this point, the races are only suspended. But as we know, the two front runners, of course, Donald Trump and Nikki Haley, are the ones that will likely bring in the most votes in this Republican presidential primary here in Hillsborough County. Live in Tampa, Jenny Dean, 10 Tampa Bay.
All right, Jenny, thank you. And along with Hillsborough, Polk County will also start early voting today. Citrus County begins early voting on March 8th. Pinellas, Pasco, Manatee, Sarasota, Highlands, and Hardee County are on March 9th. Early voting ends on March 16th. Primary day is Tuesday, March 19th.